Hi students, in this class we are going to see few examples on excess pressure which we discussed in the last video. So what should be the pressure? Let's see the examples. What should be the pressure inside a small air bubble of 0.1 millimeter radius just below the surface of water? See, air bubble has some special cases. If air bubble is inside water, it has only one surface in contact with the only one surface, effective surface in contact with the water, that is, then excess pressure is equal to 2T by R. When the air bubble is in air, okay, then the delta P becomes, it has two surfaces, one is inside, another one is outside. It's 4T by R excess pressure for air bubble. So remember, for soap bubbles are films, always they will have two surfaces. The excess pressure is equal to 4T by R. Okay, better you remember this form, this method. Air bubble inside water, one surface, 2T by R. Air bubble in air, delta P is equal to 4T by R. So when it is in air, they don't mention, they don't say that air bubble is in air. If that is in water, then only they will mention. Okay, so let's proceed to solve this problem. What should be the pressure inside a small air bubble? Radius is given and situated just below the water surface. Delta P is equal to 2T by R. So 2T by R, 2 into surface tension is given 72 into 10 power minus 3 and radius is given 0.1. So everything is done. Atmospheric inside pressure he is asking. So just inside the water, okay, this is a bubble, air bubble. What is the pressure here? Just outside, atmospheric pressure, and pressure inside. So P inside is more, is equal to P atmosphere plus 2T by R. Okay, so now I am changing the question. So substitute the T value, R value. One is atmosphere, 1 atmosphere is equal to 10 power 5 pascals. So it's in SI units, understand? Okay, now instead of just below the water surface, now air bubble is at a depth h from the surface of water. What is the pressure inside the air bubble? So pressure inside the air bubble is Pi, just outside is P out. Pi minus P out is equal to 2T by R. What is the Pi? Pi is equal to 2T by R plus P out. What is the P out? P out is equal to P atmosphere outside, P atmosphere plus rho GH. Hope you are understanding. P naught is equal to how much depth it is? H. So P naught is equal to P atmosphere plus rho GH. 2T by R plus P atmosphere plus rho GH. This is the pressure inside if the bubble is at the depth of h meter from the surface of water. Okay, so this is okay. Let's go to the next question. Calculate the difference in height of water levels in communicating two communicating capillary tubes of radius 1 millimeter and 1.5 millimeter. Surface tension is 0.007. Okay, so actually there is some mistake in the question. The bubble, the curvature should be upwards. The curvature upward, then only it's actually proper. Now PB and PA, apply the same principles. See P at the bottom 1, P at the bottom 2, they will have same pressure. So what is the just below the water surface? PB is more, PB minus P atmosphere is equal to, so 2T by R, because the surface is like a spherical surface na. So spherical surface, outside is P atmosphere, inside is PB, and PB minus P atmosphere is equal to 2T by R. So PB is equal to 2T by R plus P atmosphere, R1, I'm sorry, that is R2. Okay, PA is equal to, so P atmosphere plus 2T by, what is the radius? R1. Okay, so PB1 is equal to PB plus rho G into, I am assuming the difference in height as h, from there to here is h1, so PB rho G small h plus rho G into h1. PB2 is equal to PA, see here, PA plus rho G H how much is the surface from here to here is h1, so rho g h1. pb1 is equal to pb2 because both are at the same positions. Okay, same position. Subtract pb2, subtract, if you subtract, what will happen? So pb1 is equal to pb2, so pb is nothing but, what is the pb value? pb value is nothing but p atmosphere plus 2t by r1, 2t by r1 plus rho g small h plus rho g h1, which is equal to pi is nothing but p atmosphere plus 2t, I am sorry, this is r2, right? 2t r2, 2t r1. Okay, p atmosphere gets cancelled, plus here also rho g h1 supposed to be here. Okay, rho g h1, so rho g h1 gets cancelled, so rho g h is equal to 2t 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 by okay, h is equal to 2t, h is equal to 2t by rho g 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is the difference in height. So there is no different liquids, but still there are great difference in radius. Because of difference in radius, there is a difference in height level of a same liquid. Previously when we were discussing one side mercury, another side water, we discussed these problems. But here in the same liquid, because of radiuses are different, we have two different heights. Let's go to the other question. Two separate air bubbles of radius, radius r is equal to, say, r1 0.002 meter, sorry, centimeter. Okay, r2 is equal to 0.004 centimeters. These are meters, assume. Formed of the same liquid, surface tension is T is given, T is equal to 0.07 Newton per meter, come together to form a bubble. Okay, form a double bubble. How, sir? Okay, let's draw this diagram. One bubble and another bubble. One is bigger radius, another smaller radius. If they are combined to form, and what is asking, the radius of sense of curvature of internal film of surface common to the both surfaces. So P1 and P2. So in which section more pressure will be? P1 and P2 both are in atmosphere. Which bubble has more pressure? If the bubble has less radius, the excess pressure Pi is nothing but 2T. So this is in air. Okay, they did not mention under water. So it is equal to 4T by R. 4T by R, and P2 is equal to R1, 4T by R2. So if the radius is more, pressure inside the bubble is less. So inversely proportional. Don't think that radius increases, pressure increases. If radius is more, pressure inside the bubble is less. Okay. If they are combined to form a single bubble. So up to one section this will be okay, and the other section, the internal, so I am just drawing this is R1 and there is R2, but internal, this surface which is in contact, it will not neither have R1 nor R2, it has different radius. Okay, curved surface, radius will be towards small bubble or bigger bubble. So what we discuss, curvature, if concave side should have more pressure, P1 and P2. So wherever there is more pressure, opposite to that the bending will be. See here, P1 has more pressure or P2 has more pressure? P1 has more pressure. Why? Because the radius is small. The radius is so, the curvature will bend like this. Somewhere radius, I am assuming the radius of this curvature. I think you are not understanding this part. See, internal surface, it will be little bit like this, because P1 has more pressure than P2. We don't know how much is the radius of this. First let's calculate excess pressure inside. P1 is equal to P atmosphere plus 4T by R1. P2 is equal to P atmosphere plus 4T by R2. Now see here, this is the surface, it also experiences the pressure, right? P1 minus P2 is equal to, it also experiences the pressure. So P1 minus this internal surface, I am assuming it as a bubble of some radius. I don't know radius r, I am assuming it as r. I am assuming. So the radius formula, P1 is one surface side pressure, outside pressure is P2. So P1 minus P2 is equal to, I can assume like that because it's a different radius. It's not equal to the R1, it's not equal to R2. Intermediately it's formed some different radius. So P1 minus P2 is equal to 4T by R1 minus 4T by R2. So P1 minus P2 is equal to 4T by R equivalent. So intermediate, or I should say the R of bigger fellow, it is equal to 1 by R1, 4T by R1 minus 4T by R2. So it is R is equal to R1 R2 minus R1, I am sorry, R is equal to R1 R2 by R2 minus R1. This is the radius of the curvature which is formed between the two bubbles. So listen, he is saying that okay, let's go to the other question. So this is Ask JEE Mains, but I will discuss in the next video this one. Okay. Okay, two similar air bubble capillary tubes in sufficient length long are placed in water. One is placed vertically, another placed in horizontally. Length of the tube which is raised. See, when you place the liquid inside, the height in h is equal to 2t cos theta by rho g r. Whether you place inclined or any place, the height will be same. Length it is equal to L is equal to h secant theta. So h is to h secant theta will be the ratio of length L1 is to L2. Why sir? L1 and it is inclined, so L2. Not only height, if you keep different shape of capillary tubes, whatever shape you keep whatever shape, the height which is raised is equal to same. Whatever shape may be the body, h is equal to 2t cos theta by rho g r. Okay, next. Okay, a glass rod of radius R1 is inserted symmetrically into the vertically capillary tube of radius R2. Glass rod means, see, listen carefully. We have to derive these kind of expressions. A glass rod is inserted. When a glass rod is inserted, it doesn't have any cavity inside. So what is the radius of this small R1 and into the radius of a bigger fellow? Who is that? Capillary tube of radius R2. Okay. Now, how much is the height of water which raise in a tube? This is a very important application. See how the water rises here. Water will be like this. Now, if you see from the side, it appears like two different tubes, but not. This is one tube only. If you see from the top, the glass tube is at the center. It is like this. And from the sides, this is capillary tube and water is raised in between. How it is looking like a disc? Actually, it is looking like a disc. So what is the surface tension force? Upward force must be equal to downward force. Here we can neglect the water level which is under this part of water level, we can neglect. So such complicated situations we cannot do. Now upward force is equal to T into length for a disc. How much radius? R1, R2. It is equal to 2 pi into R1 plus 2 pi into R2, which is equal to weight. Weight is equal to W. So how much is available? Density into volume into G. So density into volume, density rho, volume, how much volume? Volume of so total volume is how much for a capillary tube? 4 by 3. I'm sorry. Volume pi r square up to height h. I am assuming water is raised up to height h. Pi r square r2 square h. In that, how much place is vacant? The place vacant is R1. So this much volume is vacant. Pi R1 square h is vacant. I am writing this is the volume actually submerged. So T into 2 pi into R1 plus R2 is equal to rho into pi into h into R2 square minus R1 square into h. Oh, I am sorry, I already wrote h. Pi R1 square into R2 square into G. Now R1 plus R2 gets cancelled and pi gets cancelled, and 2t by R2 minus R1 rho into G is nothing but H. Okay, so R2 minus R1 into H. We can see in the problems in the next video. Thank you.